A lot of the things I wore to Downing Street, I would never get away with now. And I do know that. You know, people still talk to me about the golden showgirl costume. Still fits me. I know that other people found the snakeskin dress at the Cobra meeting a little bit inappropriate. I just thought I was dressing for the occasion. But, you know, I think everyone would be able to agree that I really did outdo myself with my tribute, my homage, if you will, to the late, great Lady Diana. Let me tell you, when I showed up to that funeral, dressed as her, head to toe, wig and all, the press went wild. I actually think I gave Her Majesty the Queen quite the scare that day. But the boys were very moved. I think everyone was. You know, no one could look me in the eye that day. I'm a very charitable woman. I do a lot for the animals. You might have heard of them. One of my favourite things to do is to get out there and surprise the animals with a bullet to the head. Got you. Got you. As you can imagine, I am quite the linchpin of my local community. You know, I still go up to the school gates at 3 p.m. every day, even though my youngest finished at the school well over 20 years ago now. You know, I just like to know what's going on, really. Chuck some coins in the collection bucket, find out which teachers are shagging each other. You know, schoolgate gossip is my second language. And I've also started a vlog where I offer advice to the younger, often more teenage parents.
Hi there, it's Babs Romance, Queen of the Schoolgate and the Culture Budget, to say to you, well done. Well done to all of the children and all of the parents for making it through that first week back. Could be the first week of preschool, of school, of college, maybe even heading off to university like my grandson is today. And to remind yourselves, that's going to be emotional. It's going to be emotional for me. It's going to be emotional for my grandson, who's nerve-sighted. There's going to be big emotions out there from all of the children. And the most important thing to remember is to avoid them, but prepare for them. Because we're the grown-ups and we can still give them a big virtual hug, and we've got this. Good luck, everyone. You've got this. You've got this.
But I mostly use this time to reflect. You know, I've got a lot to be proud of. Me and my party, we created millions of masks for British schools, stage masks. But, you know, we allowed even the weakest performers to shine through someone else's handiwork. And, you know, that's the legacy I've left behind. And I don't think it's one anyone's going to be forgetting anytime soon. You know, especially because all of the masks were modelled off my face. Tony Blair once said to me, and I have never known whether this was a compliment or not, he said, when you look up the word harlot in the dictionary, you see my face. I've always taken it as a compliment. But looking back, I think the thing that really keeps my head up is this. I know that when I was an MP, I always voted for the greater good. And when I say that, I mean the greater good.
Okay.
First time I've been this close to a pole. Right, how are we going to do this?
Just come and sit down.
Are you sure?
Yes.
2 metres? 2 metres
Yes.
is further than it looks.
I think it's fine.
I wish we could really do with a hug today.
Oh, me too.
Tight. Big virtual hug. Not heard from Howard in 3 days and 6 hours, 36 minutes. That's why I'm wearing his thing. Tell me this, Jane. When your husband goes to Dubai, does he post pictures on Instagram with other women?
My husband's never been to Dubai.
I wish my husband had never been to Dubai. Anyway, should we crack this open? Finding myself doing this more and more, you know. Just getting in the car, in the dead of night, driving. Wondering, you know, where did it all go wrong? Where did it all go wrong? You know, I often wonder whether it was the Keir Starmer thing. You know, we were young. We all make mistakes. You know, we were so different. It was never going to work. I guess that was part of the thrill of it at the time. You know, we were the Romeo and Juliet of the House of Commons. You know, I was a young girl. How was I meant to resist? You look like Danny Zuko. I was more of a, you know, more of a Rizzo than Olivia Newton-John, but you know, maybe that's why it didn't work. So this is where I always come when Howard's let me down. It's my happy place, County Hall. If you're wondering why my eyes are plunged in darkness, it's because, if you couldn't tell, I've been crying. Do you want to see? You want to see? Just an old yummy mummy now. I'm no longer chocolate fudge cake. Just a plain Victoria sponge with not enough jam and not enough icing.
Hello, Babs.
Hi, darling.
And how are you?
I'm so well. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you, Babs. Thank you for coming on the show. Can you do me a favour and just tell us a bit about yourself?
Of course. Well, I am an ex-MP, current horse riding champion. I've lived around here for most of my life, and I'm just so excited to be back on the radio again. You know, this is the first time I've been on radio since the incident on Radio 4. So I really appreciate you taking a big risk and a big chance and having me on, because not many people will these days.
Well, we'll gloss over that incident, I think, Babs, and instead, I would like to ask you a little bit about how you came to be in this series and what kind of experience it's been for you.
Well, I was very generous with my time, as I always am. And when I was asked to be involved and share my stories, my experiences with the lockdown, I thought, you know what, they really need a name. They really need a name. This is a small production company. They need someone who is beloved by the public to come forward, to get involved, to be a part of it, and actually get some people watching it.
Well, it sounds like you're doing them a big favour in that sense then. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your experience with pandemic and lockdown. How have you been keeping?
I've been keeping okay. I've mainly been with my horses, Nick and Margaret, riding around the beautiful countryside around here. They're beautiful, both American white, old horses, but efficient horses. They've got such power to them. It's been absolutely lovely. And I've of course, I've still had the chance to work on my own projects. We started the Stop Dreaming project, which we're now finally allowed to go back into schools and spread the ethos of Stop Dreaming, where we talk to young people, we engage with those communities and hear about their dreams and aspirations and, teach them that maybe it might be a good idea to dial back on those dreams. And not everyone can be a pop star. Not everyone can be a footballer. And I think that's a really valid message and one that I've carried throughout my whole political career. And it's been so exciting to get back into it, back in those schools, back making those connections and making sure that everyone stops dreaming.
So, going back to the series, Babs, what's been your favourite moment of filming?
Oh, I absolutely loved promoting my charity, which is called Seal the Deal. We fight for the rights of the grey seal community and try and get them up off the beaches, off the coast, and into work.
Wow. Okay. What kind of roles are seals best placed to fill?
Performers. They make excellent performers. Very easily trained, very obedient. Just how I like my work, personally.
Right. Well. Okay. Well, in this episode, actually, Babs, I believe you head to the seaside and your talk of horses and seals. It seems like you're quite a lover of wildlife.
Absolutely love wildlife. I think my favourite, my absolute favourite engagements with wildlife has definitely been when I've been out hunting. I absolutely love hunting, and I love all the animals that I've taken aim at over the years. Let's just leave it at that.
I think we should leave it at that, Babs. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and I wonder where people can find the video to watch.
They can find it at Bon Appétit Theatre on YouTube, or type in Stay a Jerk, and it will all come up for them there, and they can find out all about my charity work.
Well, Babs, it's been a pleasure having you on, and we'll have a listen to this episode now. Good luck with everything. I'm sure our paths will cross again.
I hope so.
Mommy, I'm just a tough baby.